All right, so here's what I want to tell you. Most personal brand advice is BS, basically, except for what I'm going to tell you about today. When you look at like personal brand stuff, it's usually either too feel good and vague or too much about irrelevant details. And what you need to focus on is the perception that your audience, that your market, that the people who you are trying to influence have of you as a unique personality, offering unique value to them, and occupying a unique position in the market. So today we're going to talk about that and how to do that in the context of using personality-based marketing. So here, like, when you do this right, this will make you the only option for your prospects, for your potential clients. Fundamentally, your prospects are not going to change what they want because you build some personal brand around who you are. And so your personal brand does need to be focused. They have a problem. They have an unfulfilled desire. They have something that they want to achieve in the world, some result, right? And you're going to be focused on that. But you're not going to do it in the same way as everybody else. You're not going to do it with the same offer, the same deliverable. An example that I often use because so many people in my audience call themselves copywriters is that you don't want to just be a copywriter. You don't just want to be somebody who focuses on the words. You should have like a unique process, unique positioning, something that defines you, unique personality behind the positioning, right? And so, for example, I often think of myself in the lines of a caring, loving teacher of direct response. And sometimes there's some tough love there, but so many times it's just like, hey, I'm here just focused on understanding things at the deepest level and implementing them at the highest level, right? And so I've developed that particular personality, that particular positioning for myself in this marketplace, this positioning of somebody who you can come to with a question about direct response, and I can give an answer, and not just give an answer, but give a justification why and a best way to do it. And absolutely, that's the stuff that I do when I do copy reviews with clients, when I do consultation with clients. It's always breaking things down to how they actually work and then laying out a path to go forward. And so it's about more, like as you can see there, this is about more than just, hey, I'm a copywriter, right? And so when you layer on this positioning and personality, what happens is you create this perception of unique value. Now, what I do, actually just being a little transparent here, may not be that different from what most good copywriters and marketers do, right? But if I just call myself a copywriter, then they're suddenly price comparing me with other copywriters. They're looking at other options. But if I am Roy Furr, this marketing genius who is able to break down things into their base component parts and build up a better solution in its place, suddenly there are much fewer people who are competing on that playing field, right? But you know, I have, okay, but how, Roy? How? Like, tell me how to do it, okay? The first step is to give yourself permission. So a lot of people come into, for example, I'm going to stick with this copywriting example. People come into the copywriting world and they say, okay, I'm going to be a copywriter, right? I'm going to be a good copywriter. I want to be a copywriter in this industry. If clients need to hire copywriters, I'm going to be a person that they can hire, a guy or a gal that they can hire, right? And they don't give themselves permission to be different. They give themselves permission to be the same. In fact, a lot of people work up to giving themselves permission to being the same, fulfilling that role, which in itself feels very interchangeable, right? It feels like a commodity, right? If you instead give yourself permission to be different, that is the first step towards actually becoming different. And then be intentional about this. Choose, what do you want to be known for? And what do you want to be known as? These are two great lessons that I got from Dan Kennedy. Two great questions. What do you want to be known for? Like the different accomplishments that you could be known for. And what do you want to be known as? And that's more of an identity statement that encompasses this. And if you want to be known as a copywriter, right? That's much more interchangeable than you want to be known as, the wizard behind these exclusive VSL scripts that accomplish whatever outstanding conversion goals, right? And so you start to sit down and you define the things that you want to be known for intentionally through choice, not through accident. You start to define the things that you want to be known as, and then you're going to start the process of differentiation. There's going to be a process that takes place over weeks, months, years, where the things that you want to be known for and known as become associated with you. And that comes through the things that you accomplish, the stories that you tell, the marketing that you put out into the world, through the stories that the marketplace starts to tell about you, the points that you reinforce with your clients and potential clients, the points that you reinforce in the marketplace. And one especially powerful way to do this is through education-based marketing, through some kind of publishing. And that can be free, like, one of the reasons people start email lists is through conscious or unconscious intention. They start email lists in order to share the stories that represent what they're known for and what they're known as. And if members of your market are on your email list and they're getting constant reminders from you of the things that you're known for and known as, that will start to snowball into this reputation, this personality, this personal brand in the marketplace. And that's done through educating the market, right? Now, when you do this right, when you start to become intentional about defining who you are, right? What you're known for, what you're known as, both the professional accomplishments and capabilities and the personal attributes, right? And so I'm not necessarily like the grouchy guy that Dan Kennedy is. And there's, other copywriters, we could go through their different personality profiles that they've put out into the marketplace, which is usually an exaggeration of who they are, if you meet them privately. It is a caricature, a characterization of some inherent personality characteristics that's amplified in the way that they talk about themselves, right? And so they create this personality around who they want to be and who they want to be seen as in the marketplace. When you do this right, it destroys price competition, because instead of saying, hey, I need a copywriter, they say, I need to work with Roy Furr. Hey, I need a copywriter. I need to work with, XYZ. What's your name? I need whatever your skill set is, whatever your core deliverable is. They don't say, I need that person who does that deliverable. They say, I need you, right? And it absolutely kills commoditization. And by the way, you can layer this on top of a more commodity-based product. If you provide some superior service, if you provide some superior service around your products or services, even if your products or services are largely commoditized in the marketplace, you can continue to charge premium prices and attract premium clientele by doing this, by creating this personal brand that is seen as different than everybody else who does that same skill. And it does create price elasticity. So instead of you competing with everybody else who calls themselves a copywriter on Fiverr or Upwork or whatever cattle call job site or at job fairs, etc., right? Suddenly you are the person who is known for the thing, and they're not comparing you with everybody else because nobody else is you. And so they're willing to pay more to get the person who's known for the thing, as opposed to just hiring another copywriter or, insert role there. All right, so your call to action today, number one, is to ask how you can use this. How can you start using this as And it doesn't really matter where you're at in your career, in your business trajectory, whatever, wherever you're at. It doesn't really matter. What matters is that you start it. It matters that you start becoming intentional with how you're going to apply this, what you're going to become intentionally known for and known as in the marketplace, what your personal brand, your personality is going to be in the marketplace, and how you can put that out there. So how can you use that? You can certainly leave a comment with this episode and let me know. Also, don't forget to like and subscribe here if you'd like more content like this delivered to you. And if you do run a client business, I would strongly suggest you check out my Launch Your Client Business free mini course if you have not done so already. So many people who focus on personality-based marketing and a personal brand are doing it because they're trying to attract clients. And the Launch Your Client Business free mini course lays the foundation and honestly can be used for relaunching your client business too. No matter where you're at right now, just making sure that you have as solid of a foundation as possible to run a successful client business. And so I'll include a link in the description to the Launch Your Client Business free mini course where you can learn how to get more clients with a more effective foundation for your client business. I'm Roy Furr. This is Breakthrough Marketing Secrets. Hey, I do this every day. I look forward to seeing you again in the next episode. I'll see you soon. Bye. Thank you once again for tuning in to this daily episode of Breakthrough Marketing Secrets. Remember, check out the links with this episode for even more value. Now make sure you like, comment, share, subscribe, and engage in every way you can to keep this show going and growing and delivering daily value to you. I'll catch you soon for your next big breakthrough.